Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Tony Khan, the CEO of AEW. I have a little story for you, okay? Obviously wrestling is a staple part of my childhood, right? I have 2 kids. I got a 7-year-old and I got a 3.5-year-old daughter. When my kids are in trouble, I play Stone Cold's theme music, and they know I mean business.
Yep.
So talk to me a little bit about running the AEW, man.
I love pro wrestling, and being a fan of pro wrestling, having AEW grow. Mm-hmm. We're on every Wednesday night on TBS. We're on every Saturday night on TNT. Mm-hmm. And then also now the shows are all streaming on Max.
Yeah.
It's a very exciting time for us. And the company's grown so much. I grew up as a big fan of wrestling.
Right.
You mentioned Steve.
Right.
Somebody I've been fortunate to meet. He's a brilliant man. He's maybe the greatest wrestler of all time, and he's a great man, Steve Austin. I love Steve. And, been able to meet so many of the great wrestlers, work with some of the great wrestlers. Mm-hmm. Of course, the ultimate undefeated champion in AEW, Sting, retired last year at AEW Revolution in Greensboro. Mm-hmm. This year, AEW Revolution's coming to Los Angeles, the former Staples Center, the Crypto.com arena.
Okay.
And it's going to be exciting to go there, a place I'm a big fan of, bring AEW Revolution there. 5 years after the first Revolution, which was maybe the greatest AEW pay-per-view, and now to bring, I think, a huge AEW Revolution and have the opportunity to live up to that, I think it's going to be fantastic. Revolution is always a great show, and this is going to be a great one. And now we've got our biggest AEW Collision coming up next Saturday.
Okay.
We're going to Grand Slam, Australia. First ever show in Brisbane. My first time ever in Australia.
Okay.
I've been able to travel all the world for football and wrestling, but very exciting to do, AEW in Australia. And for me, my first trip to Australia. Did you ever play football in London?
I played in Wembley. Yeah, Wembley. Is it Wembley or
Wembley? It is Wembley. It's
Wembley
I
played
Stadium.
in Wembley. Yeah, but we played against the Miami Dolphins in 2014. We got our asses kicked.
It's a great place to play, and the Wembley Stadium's a great place. I've been fortunate to be there for English football, for Fulham Football Club. I've been there for the Jaguars. We've been going to Wembley for over a decade now, and playing the games there. And then a lot of great experiences at Wembley Stadium as the home team. And then also having, of course, AEW All In at Wembley Stadium. We did wrestling there, and we had 81,000 fans.
How was that? How was the vibe there? How was the energy out there?
Fantastic. It's the best. We've done 2 shows there. We've had great crowds. And we set the world record for the first ever AEW All In. We did 81,035 fans. 81,035 tickets sold. Over 81,000 in the building. Over 81,000 tickets sold. So a lot more people than that in the building. And it was the world record for pro wrestling tickets sold. And it was at Wembley.
Yeah.
It's a great. It's a great stadium.
Great. That
awesome.
place is great. Now, is there obviously there's competition. Obviously, you got WWE, we got AEW. Is this something to where it's y'all want to be the number one?
I think it's really great to be the challenger brand in pro wrestling, and I hope to keep growing and building, and we'll see where we get and just keep growing because that's worked really well for us. We started with just one show 5 years ago, and it was a dream to build that Wednesday Night Dynamite, and we've been doing Wednesday Night Dynamite now on TBS for over 5 years, every Wednesday. And now it's on Max streaming, but it's a staple show with over 5 years of history, Wednesday Night Dynamite. And now also Saturday Night Collision. We're coming up on the 2-year anniversary of Saturday Night Collision. And it's a fantastic show. It's on TNT every Saturday. Elton John, Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, starts the show every Saturday. And it's a great way to start the show. Elton John. He's a Watford guy, and I'm a Fulham guy, so we don't agree on English football, but we agree that Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting, and it's a great theme. And AEW is a great show on Saturdays now, so we're on TNT, and we've grown and built a lot, and we're on in 150 countries now.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
The growth is crazy. Who would you put a vote in for, AEW wrestler, to get a cover on SI?
That's a fantastic question. I would pick the all-time undefeated champion of AEW, the man who retired last year at Revolution, Sting.
Sting is the man. He's been there since I was a kid.
Yep.
Love Sting.
You knew it, Sting.
Give me your Mount Rushmore of wrestlers.
I would say the aforementioned undefeated AEW world champion retired last year at Revolution, Sting.
Yep.
Ric Flair.
Let's go. Woo!
Steve Austin.
316.
And Bret Hart.
Bret Hart. I like that a lot. I mean, that's a pretty solid 4.
Yeah, thank you.
That's a solid 4. All right, so you're an analytics guy, right? How has analytics changed the game of football? Obviously, dog, like when I played back in the day, well, kind of back in the day, every 4th down, we punt it or we kick the field goal. Now most teams are doing away with that altogether. How would you say analytics has changed football and sports as a fool?
I was around kind of on the forefront of that analytics movement because I've been working for the Jaguars since 2012 was my first season. So I was around for your career.
So you're there
very familiar with you, sir.
Yeah.
And being at the Jaguars, I started what is effectively the analytics department at the Jaguars. And I was one of the early 4th down guys. And now it's a lot of teams have that and early 4th down and clock management and a lot of things that it can really help because there are coaches that have a great command of every aspect of football, but there are so many things happening in the game at once to follow, and it can be a great tool, the data, because for all of us having the power of machine learning, having the power of data and information, it's important. And so every game and every situation, it's important for the coach to have that at their decision-making power. We have a great young coach now, Liam Coen. I'm fantastically excited about this new coach for the Jaguars. He's got a great background. But like you said, having worked in the game for a long time, for over a dozen years in the NFL now, going into my 14th season working in analytics. So like I said, I've been around throughout your career and a big fan of yours. And like you said, it has changed a lot, and I've been able to. I've watched it change over the years, and I'm a student of the football stats and history, and I think it's fascinating how it's changed. You're right.
So, we talk data, we're talking analytics. What have you seen with the Jaguars team that y'all have to, you have a weakness here, we need to strengthen this so we can move forward, get into the playoffs, and play in the AFC Championship, get to a Super Bowl?
Well, we have a lot of great things coming up. I mean, it's a lot of important things. Right now, our new coach, Liam Coen's putting a great staff together. We have a great young roster of players and players that have come in that really, a lot of them have had some success with the Jaguars and other places, and I really believe we can build and grow. We have a great young core at the Jaguars, and I think the future is really bright. And with Liam Coen and the staff Liam's putting together right now, fantastic coaches from all different backgrounds. I think it's going to be really, really great. So we're building, and I think that's the next step right now. Yeah.
All right. So you talked about your new coach, Liam Coen, the guy. Obviously there's a viral clip going on when he had his first presser and he did his Duval. Can you show our man Liam how to get the Duval chant out there properly? Can you give us one?
Duval.
Hey. My man, Tony Khan. So what are your biggest plans for your company in 2025?
I think that we want to continue having great shows every Wednesday and every Saturday. Last night's Wednesday Night Dynamite in Atlanta was a fantastic show.
Where'd you have it?
Oh, it was Atlanta.
Phillips?
It was the Gateways Arena it was near by the airport.
Okay.
It was a great arena. Fantastic fans. It was great. It was a great show. It's universally praised, top to bottom, one of the best shows we ever did. And that was last night. We've had a great show, Dynamite, last night. The last couple of AEW Collision shows have been fantastic, really well received. So we're on this great run. And then we've got the big Australia show coming up, our debut there. And it's on after NBA All-Star Saturday, after the Slam Dunk Contest.
Okay, right after.
It's pretty cool. And that's a great spot for us, and it's a great chance to put our best foot forward with an awesome show, our Australian debut. That's going to be an awesome show. I'm excited for that. I'm also really excited about, like I said, 5 years since the original Revolution, to bring it to the biggest stage yet, Crypto.com Arena, the Staples Center, come to L.A., the Crypto Arena now. And I'm very excited to go to L.A. for that. That's going to be a great show. And, doing the simulcast now, having the show on Max, it's a whole new audience.
That's huge. All right, so I wouldn't be doing my job right. We're here in New Orleans. We got the Super Bowl. We got the Chiefs. We got the Eagles. Tony, what's the prediction, man?
I can't make a prediction on the game. As an NFL owner, I don't think I should be making
True. Tony Khan, AEW, Jacksonville Jaguars. Thanks for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.